No problem.
So you're welcome to another class. Today we'll be talking about data organization. So far, so good. We talk about essential keyword in statistics. Then we talk about data collection. Then today we are going to talk about data organization. So data organization refers to ways of classifying or structuring raw data in a comprehensive and usable form. So a well organized data is needed. A well-organized data is needed by the user of data for efficient analysis and presentation. A well-organized data enhances efficiency, it improves accuracy of analysis, and also it also improves the accuracy of information being derived from the data. It gives better insight when your data is well organized. So you'll be able to see the pattern, the trend, and the correlation between variables in the data, and it also facilitates collaboration among team members. It facilitates collaboration among team members in the organization, and so on and so forth. So how is a well-organized data used? How do you use a well-organized data? So it is used by financial analysts to understand the information about stock markets, to see the trend in the stock market. It's also used by healthcare analysts. When healthcare analysts have the well-organized data, they can use it to track the patient illnesses, to improve the patient diagnosis, and so on and so forth. So then by market research analysts as well, and also by airline analysts, which is which we all know as aviation industry. So they can use a well-organized data to know about customer experience, booking, flights, information, and so on and so forth. And also environmental analysts can use a well-organized data to analyze the emission, the particular place, the pollution, and so on and so forth, and market research analysts as well. So if you look at this slide, so what is common between the user of a well-organized data? What is common to them is just visualizing those data. It's visualizing those data. See here now, see like it's like a bar chart here as well. And we have a pie chart that is also common, and so on and so forth. So it all depends on the what is different is the insight they are trying to derive. So they have a common goal, and that common goal is what visualizing their data. So what are the common data organization methods? What are the common data organization methods? So before we move to the common data organization method, there is a slide I want to share. So I want to explain something about that is about release data that I talk about when I define data analysis. So let me try to share that slide. I'm trying to open the file. Sorry, just still open the file. Can you see the Excel file?
Yes.
Can you see the Excel file?
Yeah, yes, we can see.
Yes, we can see.
So, so this is a data of a particular store. So sample superstore data for market analysis. Here, look at this data now. We have 9,426 rows of observation. So this is the data from an organization. So if you can't present this data to your audience and they will understand what you are talking about, how do you present it? So you have to organize the data. You have to organize the data. And what are you organizing there? When we say data, we are talking about observations. If you remember in unison of observation, when we define data before we go to data collection method. So this is an observation. This is a variable. We have order priority here. We have discount here. We have unit price here. So each observation, this one is observation, which is textual observation. This one is another observation, which is numeric observation. So to facilitate efficient collaboration among your audience, so this data, all these variables, we need to be what? Visualized, and we need to be well organized. So that is what we are talking about there. So let's move on to the common data analysis organization method. So the common data organization method is what most of us already know about. Here we have frequency distribution table. It's just two column table. They have the chief variables you want to organize, then the frequency. So like let's take this one out. So we have 9,426 observations. So the variable here is just their educational level. It's primary, how many people have primary certificates, we have this, so on and so forth. Now look at this now. So this is well presentable to your audience. This is well presentable to your audience. Instead of you presenting each observation to them one by one, how long will it take you to reach this total observation? And this is just their percentage. So if you don't want to present it in number, then you can present it in what? Percentage. Percentage is just this divided by this, then multiplied by 100%. So we have each percentage. So if you want to say that, you can say, okay, the total respondents or the total employee that with college level certificate is just 20.43%, so which is 1,926, which is 1,926 students. So frequency table is not limited to just three columns, variable, percentage, and frequency. You can have cumulative frequency, you can have relative frequency, and so on and so forth. So another one is bar chart or column chart. Bar chart or column chart. It's just a chart of the variable you are trying to organize, the category of the variables and their frequency or count. And their frequency of count. So the bar must have the same size. If you look at them, they have the same size. So this is another one. It's also bar chart and column chart. But why this one is vertical, this one is horizontal. But they are still talking about the same thing. So another one is pie chart. You also use pie chart to organize data. So we have another one which is histogram, just the chart of count, frequency, and what an interval of your data, an interval of your data. So this is histogram of number of beds, nests. We have another one which is night chart. We want this one to visualize the rainfall of a particular place from January to December. So we have another one which is box plots. It visualize compare the sales of a particular organization by what year, 2020 and 2021. So another one is scatter diagram or scatter graph. This one visualizes the relationship or correlation between two variables. So it's not limited to all these. So we have it's not limited to all this. We have map chart as well. Maybe you want to direct something in the country, so on and so forth. So these are the common ones that we have. So before we proceed to what data organization method should you use, how will you know which one to use when you are presenting your data? So I want to ask if there is any question from you guys before we move on. Is there any question? Is there any question, please?
No, no question.
Okay. So I can proceed if there is no question. Now, Since you now know the common data organization method, how do you know which one to use for your data? How will you know which one to use for your data? So that's the next thing we are going to move on to. So this completely depends on whether your data is qualitative or quantitative. We talked about qualitative data and quantitative data in the previous class, but we still mention it again. So that's why I told you yesterday that this video are related. So if you don't watch the previous one, you might not get the next one. So when you talk about qualitative data, that is a categorical data, other different attributes like nationality, gender, male and female, religion, Islamic, Muslim, Christian, and other religion, then marital status, married, single, and so on and so forth. So when you now talk about quantitative data, they are just number-based data. Any data that involves number, they are quantitative data, such as height, weight, temperature, score, salary, satisfaction rating, pulse rate, concentration, dose, so on and so forth. So if you have a quantitative data, what data organization method should you use? So you can use any of this. You can use histogram, you can use box plots, you can use line chart, you can also use scattergram. It's not possible for you to use box plot to present qualitative data. Please don't do that. It will be erroneous. And if you not even get something reasonable. So before you organize your data, you have to understand the type of data that you want to organize. If quantitative, you use histogram, box plot, line chart, scattergraph, so on and so forth. And if it is categorical or qualitative data, in the next class, in data analysis, we will mention of categorical. And when I say categorical, I am referring to what? Qualitative data. So if it is a qualitative or categorical data, we're talking of bar chart or column chart, pie chart, frequency distribution table. It's not limited to this. We have do not chart, so on and so forth. So that's that about that. So the most important thing is that you know the common organization method, common data organization method. After knowing that, then which one should you use? Which one should you use? Should I just pick histogram because I like histogram? Or I pick line chart because I like line chart, so on and so forth. So, KBB, you want to say something?
Yeah, I just want to comment on this one point which I had never known about because I was just fumbling. I didn't know that there are certain variables which you use certain organization methods. So this is a plus to me, which I've gained something new, that on all the quantitative, all the numerical values or variables, we have to use the histogram, box plot, line chart, and scatter. And on the qualitative, we are using the other type of organization methods. So thank you so much for this new thing I've learned today. You can proceed.
All right, thank you. So that's that about that. Okay. So I'll talk about something maybe in the next step, in the next slide as well. So is there any other thing from any other person? Okay, if there's no, so we can proceed. So here let's test our knowledge before we move on to another slide. So here we want to check whether you really understand what I talked about in the previous slide. So we have these variables here: gender, age, income, marital status, education level, temperature, birth period, ethnicity, number of children, hour of sleep, and so on and so forth. So you want to know the type of data this variable belongs to, and you want to know the suitable method that you can use to present the data. So, so can you see the screen? So what
Yes,
type of
sir.
variable? Okay, what data type is gender? So I want you to choose between if it is categorical, either it is categorical or quantitative. Just choose between the two.
Gender is categorical data.
If gender is categorical, then what suitable method we use to organize the categorical data gender? Please, let's be fast. What method we use to organize the variable gender?
Okay, we can use is it is it bar graph or something like?
Yeah, we can use bar graph. Again, is there any bar graph we can use for gender categorical variable?
No.
Can you use any other
You
thing
can
as
use
well?
you can use pie charts.
And you can also use frequency table, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think we got that. So for age, what type of variable is it?
Age is quantitative.
Quantitative. So what method
Yes,
can we
sir.
use in that?
So you can use scattered plots.
Actually, I wouldn't want to
Can
say
you
I wouldn't
can
want to scatter plot here because when you're talking about scatter plot, it is when you want to visualize the relationship between two variables. Age is just a single variable here. So exclude scatter
Okay.
plot. Okay. So we can use histogram and we can use what?
Line charts.
Line chart.
box
Although
plot?
you can also use box plot. Since it is quantitative. So what about income? Quantitative or categorical?
Quantitative.
Quantitative, box plots or histogram, isn't it?
Line graph,
Line graph.
line chart.
Yeah.
Sorry, line chart.
Marital status.
Categorical.
What retrieval method can we use for that?
You can use
Bar
frequency
chart,
distribution, bar chart,
pie
and pie
chart.
chart.
We are getting it. Educational level.
Categorical.
Quantitative.
No.
Categorical, sorry. Categorical.
So what method we use for that?
Frequency distribution, bar chart, pie chart.
Temperature quantitative.
Oh, I like that
Yes.
from you, ED. So what method will you use?
Line chart.
Can use line chart? Yes. Each one again.
You can also use histogram.
So you use histogram. So blood pressure is quantitative, ethnicity is categorical, number of children is quantitative because it is number of habits. Then hour of sleep is also what quantitative. So
Quantitative.
yeah, get that. So do you get that? Can we proceed to the next step?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks. So this is one of the real life applications. So I did this when I did it the first time I was learning Power BI. Power BI is just powerful business intelligence. And like I told you the other time, knowing the kind of tools you will use is another thing. Knowing what you use that tool for is what is important. I've never used Power BI, but you need the right. There's a job, and I need to take that job. I used to use Tableau and Excel for my dashboard. But the work requires using Power BI. I just have to download it, watch maybe some 15 minutes, 10 minutes on YouTube for Power BI for beginner. Then I begin work. Because I already know what is bar chart, what is histogram, what is donut chart, so on and so forth. So I just clean my data, then I begin work. So if you look at this now, it is just real life application to what we have explained in the previous slide. So it's just data professional survey. So look at this chart. What type of chart is this? Average salary by job title. What type of chart is this?
Histogram.
No, you can't say that it's histogram.
Bar chart.
Yeah, this is bar chart. This is not histogram. How will you know that it's not histogram? Because histogram is a chart of frequency or count against interval of data. When you're talking about bar chart, it is a chart of frequency of counts against the category. This is category of job title, which is data scientist, architect, data engineer, other data analyst, and so on and so forth. So don't mix it. Okay? Hello, KBB.
Yes, you are together.
Yeah, now look at it now. It is a bar chart, just like it's an horizontal bar chart. So this one is also bar chart.
Okay.
It's also bar chart,
So
but
come
it
up
is a
again with the difference between bar chart and histogram. I need to get it clearer. Come up again.
Bar chart is used for to present or to organize a categorical data.
Okay.
The chart of category of variable, a variable that have categorical level. This is a variable, job title. The category of that variable is data scientist, architect. So you want to know how many data scientists are there in this job title. So we have 100, Abi, data architect, data engineer. So if you want to know their count, you use bar chart for that. But if you are talking of a continuous variable or quantitative variable in this sense, we are going to use histogram. Histogram, their bar are attached to one another. While bar chart, their bar are separate. We check the previous slide to see. So this is another bar chart again, but it's just a stack bar chart. When you get to data analysis, here I'm just telling you the data organization method and how you can use them, not how to use a particular tools. Do you understand? So later we talk about that.
Okay,
so
yes.
This is another categorical data, switch career into data. It's also bar chart. For this type of bar chart, don't worry. just know that I tell you it is bar chart and it is bar chart. So for this one, happiness with work-life balance. This one is a quantitative data, it is continuous. So this one we call it K in Power BI environment. We call it K, but it is a continuous data. You can use Instagram to present it, you can use this kind of shape to present it, you can use box plot to present it, and you can even use line chart to present it. If you want to present happiness, work-life balance over years or over months, so you can use line chart for that. So this is another one. Sex is a categorical variable with male and female categories. So this is not a pie chart, it's not a bar chart, but it is a do not chart. Do not chart. So it's like a do not. So that's that about that. So organizing the data makes the analysis easier. Then how do one go about analyzing the data? So that's next class. So next class, I think that data analysis, I don't know how long it will take us. Maybe it is run for over 2 classes or 3 classes or even 4. But we are still getting there. So that's the major thing. Before we get there, there are some other things you need to know. So I know that already. So this is the next class by probably next week. So this is summary of what we talk about data organization and its importance, how it's organized data use, then how to know which method of data to use and so on and so forth. I don't want to buttress much points about this because I have limited time and I don't want us to come back for this class again because our time are already fast spent. So I talked about data organization and its importance, how is well organized data used, financial analyst, market research analyst, environmental analyst, healthcare analyst, airline analyst, and so on and so forth. I mean, used by various organizations and businesses to make informed decisions. And we talked about different methods of data organization, frequency distribution table, bar chart, pie chart, which is also the same thing as bar chart, which is used as column chart, then histogram, line chart, scatter diagram to visualize relationship between two variables. And how do you know which type of method to use? That depends on the type of data you want to analyze. You have quantitative, which is numeric, we use all these, use histogram, box plot, and line chart. And which is category to use bar chart, pie chart, and everything. So just a quick one. Let's go back to our Excel data. Can you see it? Can you see your Excel data?
Yes.
Now look at this corporate segment. What type of variable is it? This is real life application. Now, what type of variable is this corporate segment? Is it categorical?
Categorical.
Categorical.
Quantitative.
No, what do you say?
Categorical data.
Categorical data, yeah, or quantitative.
If it is quantitative,
qualitative.
Yeah. So what do you use to present it, to organize it? What type of chart can you use to organize it?
Qualitative, you can use bar chart.
Thank you.
Bar chart, pie chart.
For these which are continuous, you can use histogram and so on and so forth. So any question, please?
No question.
Is there no question for any other person as well?
Yes, I don't have any.
Can we call it a day?
Yes.
Okay. So in the absence of questions, so you can call it a day. So by
I thought you said today's class is going to be
what is
going
it?
to be two. I thought you said today's class is going to be 2 sessions.
Yeah, I think we will be able to complete this. So that's why. And guys, I think there's a program in our environment, so the speaker maybe you could help them understand. So I think we have to continue. Hello. Hello.